Hey everybody, it's a great day to open up a pack of cards, but today we're going to step away from that. Something has happened in the hobby that is just too large to ignore, and I know I'm about a week late, but I wanted to make a video and put in my 2 cents, my take, on the massive counterfeit sports memorabilia ring that was raided last week. In a Facebook post by the alleged perpetrator, he lays out exactly how it all happened, how long it's been going on. He bragged about how much inventory he has, how he was able to create anything at the press of a button, how many items he sold and for how much. And while a lot of people are kind of questioning the figures, what isn't in question is that this will damage the trust within the hobby immensely. It's going to take a very long time before anybody can trust an autographed piece of memorabilia. All of these companies thought that they had a way to protect themselves, to protect the integrity of the hobby by creating these hologram stickers that apparently only they were supposed to be able to control. And then you have this guy who allegedly was able to produce any one of those hologram stickers at the press of a button. Use an auto pen to forge signatures on different types of memorabilia, and he was able to offer those items at kind of a discount so that he would be able to sell them more frequently at a higher rate than some other local card shops. And it's very concerning that one person or even just a group of people was able to pull off something like that. So it's going to affect the hobby, and this is right before the National. I'm wondering how much product that was supposed to be displayed at the National is now not going to be on display because the authenticity of those items are being called into question. So all these vendors who signed up spent all this money on booth space, on advertising, on transporting all their product across the country to pull up into Chicago next week and set up their booth and try and sell some of this memorabilia with all these autographs on it. What are they going to do now? It's going to be a very scarce market for autographed memorabilia at the National this year, in my opinion, because honestly, you can't really trust anything that's been autographed and authenticated in the last, 5, 10, 15 years? We're talking all the big names: Tom Brady, Kobe, Michael, Gretzky. Who knows how deep this really goes? There's still going through the evidence. Maybe I'll do an update video if I learn any more, but really this is just my take on what's going on. It's basically this. It's going to take a while for the hobby to recover from this. You're going to have a scarcity in the authenticated autographs market, plain and simple, because there might not even be a market for it in the near term, just because nobody can guarantee that what you're buying is authentic. My uncle had something similar happen to him. I remember it was in the late 80s or early 90s, and Joe Montana was all the rage. My uncle wanted to get his son something autographed from Joe Montana, and there was a large card shop not too far from where we lived, and he went in there and bought a couple of 8x10 glossy photos of Joe Montana autographed. He brought them over to our house because he wanted to show them to me and my brother. And I remember him specifically sitting at the kitchen table with my dad saying, "There's something off about these. I don't know what it is." And they got out a ruler and they measured, the height of the J and the distance between the point of the J and the points of the M, and how long the crossed T was. And it became apparent very quickly that it was traced. It was a facsimile autograph, that both autographs on both photos were exactly the same measurement, same shape of the letters and everything. And if you know anything about signatures, you cannot replicate your signature ever. You can't do it. So he took those back to the card shop, explained to the owner what he believed what was happening, and he got his money back, and he was still in search of Joe Montana autographs. That was the last I heard of it. Honestly, the memorabilia market, I don't really understand it. I understand collecting autographs. I mean, I have autographs. I have autographs. But you know what all these autographs have in common? I got them. Every single one of them. I think that's John Garland. I think that's Mark Burley. Keith Folk. Jose Valentin. There's Sammy Sosa. Got a couple of those. So I personally got all of these autographs. I don't understand the allure of just spending hundreds of dollars to get an autograph that you did not personally see the sports player signing, or the celebrity, or the politician, or whoever it might be. I've always been of the train of thought that an autograph is the most personal thing that you can receive from a sports player, baseball player, basketball player, hockey player, what have you. And to be able to pass them a pen and a card and watch them autograph it and hand it back to you, that was the special feeling, the special connection that you had with that player. Not just dropping $150 and buying a Tom Brady autographed 8x10 glossy photo. I would almost rather just spend the $150 and go to someplace like the National, buy an autograph ticket, stand in line. At least in that case, you can stand across from the person and watch them autograph it, and then you know that it is an authentic autograph by the player themselves. And you can print out your ticket stub of the day that you went to get that autograph. You stood in line, and at least then you will know that's an authentic autograph. But to just buy one over the internet or even out of a card shop with, here, like I got this. That's Ken Griffey Jr., right? But here's the certificate that came with it. It's from Paul Golden, president of the Scoreboard, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm not, knocking him. He may very well have witnessed, as it says on here, he very well may have witnessed Ken Griffey Jr. autographing this ball. But I don't know the man. Can I really trust that? I think it was Operation Bullpen in the late 90s, early 2000s. That uncovered a lot of counterfeit autographs circulating in the market. And that's when these went out of style. Now, these other companies created hologram stickers and a whole team of people to take a look at autographs and authenticate them and put their sticker on them and put the company name behind it. And now it seems like all of that is falling apart because of one operation in the state of Indiana that's flooding the market with counterfeits. I don't know. That's my take on it. I kind of look at this as through the lens of indifference, because it seems in this hobby, it's just one scandal after another. Every single time we say this is going to hurt the hobby, this is going to, hurt collectors, this is going to be the end of whatever the scandal is about. This is going to be the end of graded cards. This is going to be the end of Beckett. This is going to be the end of PSA. This is going to be the end of the autographed memorabilia market. It never is. The hobby heals, and maybe these authentication companies will come up with better guidelines. Maybe they'll come up with a better cataloging system where they can prevent future nefarious actors. In the interim, I just think that actual, authenticated, bona fide, guaranteed autographs of sports players, I think in the short term, are going to see a boost. If you can actually prove with photo or video evidence that your piece of memorabilia was signed by the person you say it's being signed by, I think that is going to command a premium, especially now. And I think it's going to take a while, but the hobby will recover. It always does. From every scandal that's come through over the years, and there have been a lot, the hobby has persevered. So in the meantime, be careful what you're buying out there. Make sure you've got reputable sources. So I guess like and subscribe. Let's get back to ripping some wax.